Look, I think we need to be just a little bit careful of judging that just on one result. And I guess the information or the advice that I received from the club when I took on the interim role, that it wasn't always, it's not all about the results of games. So, obviously, in terms of wanting to do your best and put your best foot forward, that, we're disappointed with that, but at the same time, I don't think it's, it's going to be the deciding factor.
Have you made a decision?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I'll be applying for the role.
What do you think you can bring to it?
I guess I've had an opportunity to experience over the last 6 weeks in terms of what can I bring. I guess that's what I need to formulate and articulate in the presentation that I give. But one of the things we want to do is to be able to drag ourselves back up the ladder and into finals contention, and to be able to do that, we need to work pretty hard over the pre-season. I guess I'll have a lot of demand on the players that we need to work really hard at improving all areas of our footy club. So I guess, it's been made a point of a number of times by a number of clubs this week that West Coast are now going to be a bit of a case model for a lot of clubs, because they've proved that, as diabolical a position as they were in last year, I think they lost 11 of their last 12, I think, something along those lines, and they've been able to rise back up very quickly and now are serious premiership contenders. So, we'll take heart from that, and we'll leave no stone unturned to try and put all the things in place to try and replicate that.
Can you bring something distinctly different than what people remembered as Mark Bickley, or do you actually think what you've got at West Lakes doesn't need to be changed?
Oh, there certainly needs to be some change. It'd be silly to say that everything there is great and we'll just roll on the same. So there needs to be a lot of effort into identifying the real key areas, of which I've got some thoughts on that. But I guess what we've seen a little bit over the last 5 or 6 weeks is that we've played a little bit of a different style of footy. We've tried to be more aggressive in both the way we move the ball and in our tackling. So in some of those areas. So I guess we want to keep building on that and become a powerful footy club. And to think that I could say one or two things that are the problem and that we'll be able to fix it, I don't have that silver bullet answer. It's a whole range of things that we'll be working on.
Mark, although you said there's other factors involved, it would still be fair to say that this result hasn't quite helped your cause, though, has it?
Once again, it comes down to the football club and the selection panel. They, I guess, they'll put some weighting on what they've seen over the last 6 weeks, but at the same time, let's take into consideration 6 weeks, and it's 2 hours out of 6 weeks. So, whilst there's a whole range of other factors why we were beaten tonight. One of them was we come up against a sensational side who are in really good form and were really hungry. So, 2 hours out of 6 weeks, I'm sure they would have been looking at a whole range of things, not just the one game, one performance.
Considering the progress that you've made in that first month, particularly about competitive how far off was that, and why would it happen?
Yeah, it was obviously a long way off where we want to be. And look, I guess you have to be a little bit careful with some of the results in round 24. Are we saying that Geelong are a 15-goal better side than Collingwood? How do these anomalies happen? Because like tonight, I think West Coast came out with some real strong purpose. They see what they've got in front of them for the next, what's on offer for them, which is to play a big part in maybe playing in a successful premiership side. And to do that, they knew they had to be really hungry and hard tonight. We didn't have that carrot, and whilst that's unacceptable to say that's the reason why, we were unable to harden ourselves to get ourselves up to the level we want to get to. So, is that the whole 15 goals? I'm not sure, but it certainly it accounted for some of that.
Over your 6 weeks, what are some of the things that you now say, yeah, I want this role full time?
Look, I just think I've enjoyed the challenge of it. I guess when I was attracted to coaching, one of the goals was I wanted to become a senior coach. So to get an opportunity to actually have a look at it, to experience it, to see what it entails, it's invaluable because as much as you think you're prepared and you can do all the things that come across in front of you, there's some things that the involvement that you hadn't envisaged. So it really is a all-encompassing role, and in terms of having to deal with players, having to manage coaches and staff and all those things, it doesn't stop, and it's been really good for me to experience that, and I guess that's the reason why I'm confident to say yes, I want to apply for it, because I've enjoyed the challenge and think I've got something to offer.
Has there been anything in particular that surprised you?
Oh no, like it's just the I guess the constantness of it, for one of it. I think, is that a word? Yeah, it just keeps coming at you, and as a player, that was always the same in terms of having to come up each week and attack whatever opposition's coming against you. The coach, it's probably even more so, where there's challenges all the time that you're always faced with. So I've never backed away from that, and like I said, I enjoyed being a part of it for 6 weeks.
Have you been given any indication by the board who else they're sounding?
No, I haven't.
What do you think the time's right?
Sorry?
What do you think the time's right?
I guess I've had a number of years' experience, just being in the role and communicating with the players. I felt that there was a response, and I've had constant feedback with the players, and whilst you may argue 3 years isn't a long apprenticeship, there's been a number of experiences obviously that you garner while you're playing, and the exposure to get to the different coaches. So I feel I have a breadth of experience, both knowledge-wise and people skills-wise, to be able to take the role on and do it well.
Is there any limitation on the fact that someone's been at Adelaide?
I don't think so. Once again, Malcolm Blight is very different to Graham Corns, who's very different to Gary Ayres, who's very different to Robert Shaw, who's very different to Neil Craig. So there's that side of things. There's the insight you get when you step away from the club for 5 years and you watch a lot of footy and watch other clubs closely. So, I don't think it's an exclusive thing that you have to go somewhere else to be able to get experience to coach a footy club.
And what's the process now for being told?
No, I haven't. That's something I'll just have to quickly get organised and find out the finer details. But I've read the paper, and I think they're doing something, or hoping to do something in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm pretty certain it'll fit into that time frame somewhere.
Is this going back to that question I asked you yesterday? You put your hand up and it's a no. How do you deal with the consequences of that?
Well, I think I'll cross that bridge when I come to it, So, but my answer yesterday was, you've got two options. You can, if you're wanted and offered a position, you can stay, or if you feel as if you want to go somewhere else, I can go. And I guess until you're faced with that actual decision, and the immediacy of where I am at the moment and deciding, I don't have an answer to that.